Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2 as Ireland. So last time we ended, well, we didn't end, but the Great War, the Second Great War that we were involved in ended, and we again failed to get anything out of it. We were occupying land in the UK, which would hopefully have allowed us to add war goals. But Germany pieced out, they took some land from Austria-Hungary, Romania got released. So we didn't get anything out of it other than some prestige and the satisfaction of having beaten France and the UK, I suppose. But we've fished our economy out of the toilet and are looking somewhat back on track, so let's unpause here. We're saving up our research so we can get anti-rationalism immediately once the turn of the century rolls around. Naval organization there. Let's repay more of our loans. Went into quite substantial debt over the course of that war. France still having most of their colonies occupied by rebels here. They lost most of their military against Germany, and well, I don't think they had even finished rebuilding properly from the previous war when they got pretty well pooped on. Okay, Romania increasing relations. And we have anarcho-liberal rebels, mostly in Africa and in the Arabian Peninsula, it looks like. Okay. Mostly small stacks. We'll tell you to do rebel cleanup and you to do the same. You're still headed. Where are you headed? You should be going there. Let's see. We should have you stationed up here to begin with. Hopefully they won't manage to siege that before the army gets there. These rebels should not be much of a problem. Let's refuse France military access. Don't have to make it easier for them to fight their rebels. Okay. Let's repay more loans. Get our interest down. We could probably afford to subsidize these factories again, but we don't really need to. I'm going to try opening them and see if they can sustain themselves for the moment. Maybe. Okay. Not sure what that war was about. Oh, it's Italian liberation of Lombardia. So they should probably win that. Italy wasn't involved in the Great War, but Austria-Hungary probably lost most of their army, so they should be able to take Lombardia from them. Maybe even a second core province as well. And Russia is at war to liberate Slavonia. My sphereling Persia is in this war. Interesting. A nation targeted by a war goal, so although Persia is in our sphere, we can't intervene. Not that I would necessarily want to. Yeah, they only have 11 brigades. Sucks to be them, I suppose. Egyptian tomb discovered. Our archaeological excavation team working in the Valley of the Kings in Egypt has discovered a tomb from the 18th dynasty. The tomb is rectangular and divided into upper and lower pillared sections. With a royal sarcophagus located in the lower section, this fantastic discovery has made our Egyptological department the talk of the historically aware Europe. So we gained a bunch of research points and 12.5 prestige. I hope this doesn't interfere with my plan to stockpile research points. I'm not sure how much time worth of points that was, because you can, this is the wrong tooltip, incidentally. You can stockpile 1 year of research points. Let's see if it's still going up. I think it wasn't at the start of the year that we started saving them, it was March or something. So hopefully it won't cap out. If it does, I guess we'll just lose the research points because I'm not going to start researching something else. We won a battle there in Mecca. Should have most of these rebels cleaned up. Oh, and the Ottomans are helping us out. That's nice of them. The UK has rebels down here in its African lands, which is very unfortunate for them. Tensions in Taza. Oh, we'll gain the flashpoint tension, I suppose. Where is Taza? Over here. Okay. Well, we'll worry about that if and when it actually becomes a crisis. Oh, Eritrea too. A lot of these areas experiencing tension, it seems. Okay. That was the last hostile occupation, I think, so takes care of that particular rebel uprising. Let's see. Not having to worry about anything in the Ottomans, I think, though Japan is actually attempting to influence them. Though we're still putting influence in while we're at 100, which is reducing their influence anytime when they're not actively increasing it themselves. So we should be okay there, I think. I suppose we can be a little bit glad that at least the Ottomans took some land back from France, even if we didn't take any ourselves. Oh, anarcho-liberals again. Some in Ireland, and more around here. Well, we still have the armies on rebel suppression, so they should be able to take care of that without too much trouble. I need to put this army on rebel suppression too. It already is, okay, good. Flagship company bankrupt. One of the major companies in one of our states has gone bankrupt recently. So, in Irish South Cameroon, we can get reduced RGO output and increased local consciousness, where the capitalists can gain military and consciousness, or militancy and consciousness, rather. We'll take the local economic downturn for 2 years. Doesn't seem too significant. Just keep an eye on the calendar so we can start our research immediately when it rolls over. To January. Suffragettes, let's see, can become more reactionary, I suppose. And still a few rebels occupying things, but should be taken care of pretty soon. Okay. A lot of factory upgrades. I assume that's our capitalists doing that, actually, because I haven't upgraded any myself recently. So that's nice of them. And we are just about to roll over to the first. Oop, okay. And our upper house becoming more reactionary. One permanent prestige there, and let's get our anti-rationalism going. Grievous insults. Cut down to size CB on Kiva. Yeah, okay, we can gain it. Not sure where Kiva is. Oh, over here. Yeah, let's not use that probably. Looks like Italy is definitely going to win that war. Oh yeah, they've added war goals to acquire. Is that all of their cores? Most of them, at least, in Austria. So it looks like we're going to see a large Italy. Okay, more rubber. We are actually not able to build these telephone and airplane factories. Is this a shortage of electric gears still? I guess we are not really making enough. We still have an iron shortage, it looks like. Okay, factory output efficiency is certainly welcome. And let's see. Sure. The prestige. And we have a newspaper. This is the first newspaper we've had in maybe 20 years or something. I don't know why we stopped getting them for a while. Wallachian fear. Prices of airplanes rising. Hey, Denmark increasing their relations. Tensions dissipating in Eritrea. We are actually getting the electric gears now. So that is good. I think that's not quite the last stack of rebels. Oh, okay. Glad I checked on this. We're going to have to deal with this ourselves. See, I believe I have my transports parked over here. We'll take you to Djibouti here, and you... Where are you headed? You can stay here in Djibouti. Okay, tensions dissipating somewhere. I believe we researched another level of naval tech, but did not actually upgrade any ports. We don't have the money for it. Yeah, those are expensive. 122k. We can probably pay off most, if not all, of our debts. All of them, in fact. So that's good. No more interest payments. And we can enact some reforms. Let's see then. Yeah, we'll do healthcare, I suppose. Seems good. And we can build more soldiers, which probably should do. All of these, not all in Africa, some in Europe as well. Okay, that seems like an okay amount of infantry. A couple of engineers. A couple more hussars, and sure, another infantry is fine. And let's see. I'm not really paying much attention to micromanaging my army compositions. I'm just sort of assuming they'll basically work themselves out. Expedition returns without success. Our national expedition to reach the North Pole has returned without success, but they have great hope that another expedition will succeed. Well, of course we'll try again. Goes without saying. Extra, extra, grand strike in Dublin. Workers demand higher wages. A socialist newspaper named Forward has been published in Dublin. It reports about various strikes, current news, and socialist movements in politics, both close to home and abroad. So, let's see. I'm not sure I really want them to become socialist. We'll just... this probably works out at less socialism. seems okay. So these factories finally building. May Day Parade. Okay, so hedge as socialists can gain militancy or consciousness. We'll have them gain consciousness. Okay, so Italy is acquiring many of its cores, if not all of them. Almost all. They still haven't taken South Tyrol here. But things have been going pretty badly for Austria-Hungary. Just lost Romania, they lost a chunk of land to Germany, and now they've lost all the Italian cores, barring one. Okay, wouldn't be surprised if they were out of the Great Power rankings. Yeah, they are. Oh, we have more newspapers. Serbia fears our might. It's okay, Serbia, don't worry about it. And the first Zeppelin flight has occurred. How exciting. France still failing to deal with their rebels down here. Not really surprisingly, I guess we didn't help by refusing them military access. We'll let them gain militancy, I suppose. Persia has rebels. Yeah, they're fine. Soon they can deal with that. Okay, crisis over the Ottoman Aegean Islands. Do we want to back the Ottomans? I'm going to decline and see how this looks to be proceeding before I back somebody, but it failed to enlist interest at this time. Nepal is bankrupt. We are not going to go to war with them. And plus 100% research points, so we'll go get mass culture and the avant-garde now. So this unlocks these possible inventions, which will give us a lot of prestige themselves. And we should be going up in the military rankings after we get all these armies built. Are we getting the required resources for those? Really should stockpile small arms and canned food. We'll probably do that once our treasury gets to be a bit more healthy looking. And let's see then. Crisis was averted, yep. We know. We pay attention to world events here. Speaking of, let's see what has been going on elsewhere. Probably not that much. Japan looking pretty much as usual. Australia, nothing unusual there. And South America, not too out of the ordinary. Is the canal built? No, doesn't look like it. Colombia not sphered by anyone. Suppose we could try and sphere them. Build both canals? Why did the USA not sphere them? That's weird. Obviously going to be quite difficult for us to sphere because they're on a separate continent. Oh, I guess the USA, UK, and France are all fighting over it is why. Let's not get involved in that. Okay, that regular clothes factory has failed to sustain itself. I suppose we can just close it and make some other factory. Though it's nice to have one there to give the luxury clothes factory a bonus. Hmm. Suppose we could open it and subsidize it for a while. Subsidize this one as well. And just keep an eye on our income. Make sure it's not going to crap. Intervene there. And I think our military limit has increased even beyond what we were building up to. We'll have to wait until he's built to actually see that, I guess. But that is going to do it for this episode. Thanks for joining me, and thank you for watching.